Hear ye, hear ye. Haters in motherfucking session. We back again with the flyers. The most notorious. I'm switching the adjectives up.
Do it.
The most notorious.
Notorious.
The most gracious.
Great. Oh, I thought he was gonna say scrumptious.
I didn't even say it. Haters you ever seen in your motherfucking life. And as usual, we gonna start to the Lizzie. Marine, what's good?
It's your boy Raymond Valley, aka Shady McGrady, aka Kristoff, I hate niggas, aka Black 18 Wheeler, cause a nigga is tired. It's a pleasure to hate you.
It's J4Y KING, Sativa Season, aka Peep Steve, also known as Stanley Steamer. Pleased to hate you.
Nigga is the call complete. Let's get it.
Let's get it, motherfuckers.
Yo, it's Palm. You already know.
Hoodie Palm.
The irascible one. Fuck with me. That nigga?
Oh, alright. I thought you had one. Just go get your Undertaker shit.
Go look up irascible, see what that means.
Alright, bet. It's your boy, Ron Hater, aka No Hate Clause, aka Frank Nigga Lino.
Hey, let's get it.
Let's get it, motherfucker.
It's your boy Colton on the Colton Show, aka Vex Chapman, aka I don't really know who that nigga is in real life. He like a football nigga, right?
No.
Vex Chapman.
Wait, is it?
Now Rex Chapman, I think that's
Did he play for the
the
Suns?
white dude, yeah.
He had a
He's a
jump.
basketball player, right?
Yeah.
Damn, nigga, I don't know. He white. Let's move on.
Let's keep hating. Yeah. Alright. It's my man, Pikachu.
Yeah, we got a new system.
You know what I'm saying?
We let you
talking,
know.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta hold the Pikachu. You know what I'm saying? When somebody else ready to talk, you gotta pass the Pikachu. You feel me? You know who gave us that idea? This motherfucking genius right here. he just said, yo, pass the Pikachu. He said, pass the Pikachu. I said, yeah, nigga, that's motherfucking right. I like that shit. But anyway, let's
He's
get
high.
into some bullshit. Or some real shit, or some bullshit. So I was talking to my man and said, I had to ask him, like, yo, I mean, it's a big conversation right now anyway. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about it. So it's like, you know, real niggas gotta talk about this shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing the vote and shit come up. You know what I mean? And I've expressed my opinion on it. So I wanted to ask my brothers, you know what I'm saying? I'll get into my opinion when we all, you know, jump in. I'm gonna ask my brothers, you know, how do y'all feel about voting? Should we vote? Or yeah, let's start with Rico.
I think we should vote. I think it's our responsibility amongst our community to vote because the generations before us put in a lot of work to get that right. In the grand scheme of things, you know, as information is passed on, we realize that it might not have much of an impact, but I feel like we do owe it to our generations before us. If we are proud of our community and everything that's a part of it, you know, we can't ignore that. So saying that we shouldn't vote, I think that would be kind of like a slap in the face to everything that's happened before us. So.
I have a question. So we should be voting out of respect.
If you have no real reason to vote, I think that should be a reason enough for you.
First of all, I didn't even hear what you said because you didn't even have a Pikachu
If you don't follow politics at all, and you know what I'm saying, like it's not your strongest suit, I think for that reason alone, you should make it your business to say, all right, I'm gonna find out enough just to go and vote. You know what I'm saying? Like voting should be something that should be done if you are a proud black person. That's just my take on that.
Okay, cool. I'm on the no side, mainly because I feel like the vote doesn't count, depending on who or where you are. You feel me? I say yes if you have to use your vote strategically. You get what I mean? Like, I feel like in the big elections, it doesn't really show for nothing. First off, we're really like 13% of the country. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
90% of who's inside the prison, that's our incarceration rate. Most of it is blacks. You know, every 1 out of 4 of us. You know what I'm saying? So we can't. the vote doesn't really, show from, and it showed, especially during this election, no matter how much they came out and they voted,
Mm-hmm.
everywhere that you thought was blue before, it turned red.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You have to use your vote strategically in the sense that you have to vote in the smaller elections to get the people inside of the congressional seats. You know what I mean? And when you have money, like, more affluent black people, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like giving their money and investing into politicians that are backing something that's like more money based, they should, if they were to put that money and put that vote into like someone that's more aligned with our views and things that will benefit us, and lobbyists will push that, then yeah, vote. So that's why I'm kind of on the middle of it. You gotta know how to use your vote strategic, because at the end of the day, it's money.
Right.
So why, with all that being said, is your answer no?
I'm on the no side too.
It sounds like I'm not. No.
I'm on the no side too, and I'll tell you why. Like I respect like what you're saying when it comes to our elders and things of that nature, but I think that's one side of the story. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that when we say, okay, our elders fought to vote, and it's like, yes, but then we also don't know the history of the Freedom Democratic Party, in which they formed their own party to then lobby for their own politicians. You get what I'm saying? So we fought to vote, yes, but we also fought to organize our vote and to organize within ourselves to create our own candidates to push for. So it's like we say that and we say vote, and then it's like, okay, for who and why?
I'm in the middle, but I don't like the ancestors argument. Because our ancestors, our forefathers, they fought for a right to vote and to be equal under false pretenses that equality was obtainable. And
It's deep.
in their system, it's not obtainable. So all our votes do is help their system progress. It doesn't help our community progress.
That's what I want to know.
Doesn't matter which party you voting for, honestly, because they both don't have like our needs aligned with whatever they trying to push forward. So to come and say like our ancestors fought for us to vote, yeah, they fought because they thought they had something. They thought they could get something. We've been here for a long time now. And we done seen that what they fought for, they fought for nothing.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm also like in the middle, but I'd like to call it the freedom of speech and freedom to do whatever you want like stance, only because I believe that, like Palm said, they fought for the right for us to vote. They also fought for the right for us to make that choice if we want to vote or not. So I agree with both sides. I don't think the ancestor thing is as valid as people try to make it seem, because again, they fought for the right for us to vote. And if we're gonna make this black and white, the right for us to vote means that we can wake up and not want to vote. You get what I'm saying? For in the big elections, we can wake up and just be like, yo, this is not gonna benefit us, no matter who we vote for. We've seen that, and so we're not gonna go out and vote. I'm not gonna like tell people that they're the reason why Trump is in office, because they're literally not. Because niggas went out and vote don't mean that Trump is in office. Because 41% of white women and most of the white men voted for Trump. You get what I'm saying? And we're talking about the majority of people. So at the end of the day, they fought for the right for us to vote. They fought for the right for us to be equal. We're still not equal in this country, but at the same time, we have the right to do what we want. Or if we don't want to do it, we don't have to do it. I'm gonna also agree with Trey and with Jay, because before just
I just want to say one thing. Let's call a spade a spade. It's white women's fault.
yeah.
Let's not get to it. This is all the fault of white. That's it.
But yeah, to go off their points, like, we have to vote for the people that matters within our community. We gotta vote for our councilmen. We gotta vote for the people in our zones, in our actual zones, like the more smaller seats, and the Congress, and the mayors, and the governors, and the senators. Like, we gotta vote for shit like that. Like, we don't, like that national scale, like the presidency, oh, y'all didn't vote for your councilman, so, but it's fine, we're not gonna be outraged. But y'all didn't vote for president? Are you guys fucking crazy? That shit is fucking stupid to me. But at the end of the day, we just have to get that information. And a lot of us don't have that information. We just think Democrats are for us, Republicans are for white people. And that's not the case. It's not always as black and white as that. So, again, the right to vote does not mean you have to go out and vote. It's your choice if you're gonna vote or not. You get what I'm saying?
I don't really like to have these conversations too without like at least having a conversation about like what could be a solution.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I was thinking, and it's like I think at some point we need to make a statement. You get what I'm saying? So if I wanted to say, yo, I take the we shouldn't vote way. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's say we did that, right? And we abstain. What would the election look like? You know what I'm saying? They can't pander to us. The Democrats can't use us. The Republicans can't use us for opponents. How are they going to run? What are they going to run on? You get what I'm saying? So then we can see. Then we can really see what the playing field looks like. In my opinion, you get what I'm saying? And at that same time, we're organizing and we're going to say, all right, we're going to form our own party to then present our own candidates that will then lobby for our interests, like J. King was saying. So, what do y'all think as in regards to that? Like what?
I would say the first thing to be is to figure out on a ground level who our politicians are, like in our community, who the politicians that are actually pushing policies that will help us as people in the long run. You get what I'm saying? Like there's neighborhoods that have like their councilmen and like all the different shit like that, and those people like they make sure that information gets out to the neighborhood. And we don't even say white people make sure that the information gets out to the neighborhood that yo, this council person is dead ass for us. You get what I'm saying? Like they push that and enforce that in their neighborhoods. We need to push that and enforce that in our neighborhoods. I feel like the information flow is where this all starts. We gotta know who's for us and who's not for us. And fuck those commercials and those debates and shit, because those shits is not showing who's for us. That shit is showing who's the better speaker, who is more charming. And charm has nothing to do with getting the fucking job done.
Right.
And a lot of these niggas are liars. We know it. Most of these niggas are liars. So we have to really get that information, share it within our people, amongst ourselves. And again, even the free agent thing, like we don't have to pick a side. We could show that we don't pick a side. Just make it instead of like fuck out of here. Like y'all gotta fight over us. And for real, not that I got hot sauce in my bag. I'm looking like African American over there. Not any of that for show bullshit. We talking about the people that really come to this and really is helping people, really talking to people, meeting with people, making things happen. They made things happen before. We gotta get those people into the office, and then we can worry about presidency.
I got a
and shit
question.
like that. Yeah.
Do they have to be black?
No. They don't have to be white though.
Our elected officials.
Yes. Like
Yes.
say we formed our own party and we found our candidates that we wanted to run for us. Should they be black?
You know what?
I think they should, but like I have a bigger issue with the situation. It's like this is not even like politics ain't gonna fix this. This is like this country isn't even ran by politics.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about
I
it.
don't even know when the last time this country was run by politics.
What is it run by?
It's run by, I don't even know if I can say it. But like, it's run by bread.
Money.
That's the light way to say it.
The light way is money.
And the not so light way to say it is being the president is just having a good job.
It's a puppet.
Being a congressman
A
is
lit
just
puppet.
having a good job. Like, this is a company ran by people with a lot of money. And when they want us to get right, they'll allow it. Until then, you just gotta get right.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta help your fellow man get right. Like, you can't really focus on the fucking bullshit that these niggas is doing in fucking Congress and shit like that. Cause that shit really ain't gonna lead us nowhere. Cause no matter how good of a politician we think a black person is or a Hispanic person is, they ultimately gotta fall in line with what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
back there. Like, you got to. That's just it.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's keep it funky.
niggas that go to the NBA, they gotta fall in line with the fucking rules of the NBA.
Yeah.
Or you're not gonna be in the NBA, my nigga. So
That's it.
the facts is the facts. It don't matter what we do. Everybody's playing the game in the system. Until we take down the system, like all of this other shit is for not.
Yo,
I think that that's an excellent idea. The whole not voting thing, like just using us as pawns to get the vote. You know, it takes away from what it is that they're really talking about.
Right.
So, you know, you're gonna have people who have an argument.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, I think it's generational. I think over time you'll see that the numbers will show that a lot of people are not voting, but it'll take time. You know, it's not something that'll happen overnight.
Right.
Like, unless something major happens where everybody's just like, you know what, we just gonna take a stand, not to vote, and that's like something that becomes like a major, like, overnight sensation. Like, even still, not everybody's gonna be with that, but that's something that's gonna take over time. And I think that's something that's really, really good because at the end of the day, let's face it, in retrospect, we run this country.
Right.
A lot of money comes from us. So, you know, as far as money goes, money comes with power. And we might be a small percentage of it, but we got a lot of power in that White House. So I think
More to come into that bag.
Yep.
Yeah, that's facts.
LGBT, let's get this bread.
Yo, I seen that earlier. And I was just like, I don't even think the acronyms.
But it's lit though. It's don't matter. It's all.
Let's get this bread.
Let's get this
Let's
bread.
get this bread.
But God, you
that's
got it.
ill. Fucking, what was I saying? Boom. I agree with you. With damn, I forgot your name.
Palm.
Palm. I was just thinking about the
We alright, don't worry.
But facts. Nah, I do think it's money. Like, the country's ran on money, you feel me? And that's another reason why it's like a no. We gotta get our money, you know what I'm saying? And then just and invest in ourselves and like just separate ourselves, you feel me? Then you're not gonna give a fuck what's going on over there. On the other side, like the Native Americans, I don't really see them. They got like
They
on
be
the
getting
other
their
side of
bread
the
on their
country.
shit,
They got
man.
their casinos and
They be
shit.
getting their
too.
bread.
Facts.
LGBT.
and then they send they lobbyists to, you know what I'm saying, at the White House when they go in to pass bills, they put their bread together, pay the lobbyists, pay for the people to be in office, and then they get their laws pushed to help the casinos and the gambling shit go in business. You know what I'm saying? Look at resorts that's probably owned by you know what I'm saying, like a Native American or some other white guy somewhere. So that's what we need. We need to get our money up, and build our shit. You feel me? And just separate.
Facts. Let's piggyback off of that. Let's talk about Jewish people, right?
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Right?
That's
Jewish people got mad pull into the fucking politics, fam. They got mad pull in politics. If something happened in their community and they hit up the Senate, nigga, and they go, we want to stop some shit because they got their own government. Technically, they got their own council. Niggas will change shit for them, nigga.
Yo,
Immediately.
Yo, their cars got
Yo,
cop lights.
Hold up. Watch how the gun laws change now.
Yo, son.
Yo.
The synagogue got shot up?
Watch how the gun laws change now.
Son.
Oh shit, they
Son.
killed some Jews?
Yo.
Y'all killed some Jews?
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Yes.
I know when Trump saw that, he was like, fuck!
Yeah. So again, and why is that? They got their bread up. They spend their bread within themselves. They always have their bread within their community.
Facts. So we're gonna keep on rocking this
Yeah.
Jew way.
Jew way.
You feel me? So like even like you heard Hope talk about, yo, I seen them build like, cause I'm from Brooklyn. You feel me?
Yeah,
I lived there
facts.
16 years.
Whole life.
Yeah, facts. I just ended up in Queens some years ago. You feel me?
Same.
So, even like the Jews, they got their own neighborhood up there.
Yes.
Like, yo, walking down, if you go from the top of Nostrand down, the Jewish shit will be lit. They got the supermarkets with the writing on it.
They got the banners out.
The sidewalks is clean.
Yo,
once you start seeing the graffiti,
amazing.
you start knowing you about
You know
to
where
hit the
you at.
style. You feel me?
You know where you at.
They got their
Crazy
money and they
shit.
just separated. They put their money like you said.
Crown Heights, bro. Ashbrown Crown
One of
Heights.
some crazy shit. Like, I don't know if anybody else notices this shit, but like during the Holocaust and shit, they just grouped them all together and threw them niggas in hoods and gated the hoods off. Called them ghettos. That's where the term ghetto comes from. Them niggas dad took what was given to them and they made that shit their own. Like what we did with nigga, like we just did it with a word. They did that shit with they y'all put a lifestyle on us. I bet we gonna show y'all something. Even till now, their community's not ghettos no more. Well, they're not considered.
They're not considered ghettos.
If you see their communities, they like
it's them all together.
They really look like a lot of the Jewish communities look like ghettos. Like
it's a bunch of
if
buildings
you go check out the Jewish hoods on Flushing and Bedford and shit like that, like shit doesn't look like the most pristinest of place. But they still living like they in the ghetto. They stayed together. They was like, I bet we just gonna take over hoods and just keep it all in the family.
But this shit is better because they got their own police, they got their own councils. Anything happen within them, they gonna figure it out. If we getting outside help, it's not a lot of outside help. Y'all not gonna know anything about our community, but y'all gonna have to fucking help us if we have that money, and that's what we need. That's literally what we need.
Facts. My mom's a nurse, so like she like deals with like a lot of Jews. She used to do like go to their house and shit. So like you said, like they'll be living like they're poor or whatever, but you won't know. Like they'll be stacked up in these places, but you will never know because they handle their problems with themselves. They don't really go. They be like you said. I be seeing the minivans even now, like in Queens now. Like they got their little minivans in their neighborhood.
They got the little cop cars that look like NYPD cars that have like the Jewish shit next to it.
Question, right? So I'm gonna throw some street shit into this, a little like analogy. So like, say you like top nigga, and you got workers. You're not really in the field, so you don't really know how the work go no more. So would you put your worker in a position to overtake you? Nah, right?
Nah.
You would keep your worker in a position where being a worker always suits them. Why would black people think that politics is gonna get us to the top, like getting good, better politicians and being on the right side is gonna get us to the top? We were the workers.
It's just gonna get us a 50-cent raise.
That's it.
We were the workers. Why would I let my worker come up like that?
And that's where it comes. That's why we really gotta understand our history. You get what I'm saying? Like people will say Black Wall Street, but they don't understand the history behind Black Wall Street and why Black Wall Street actually happened. You get what I'm saying? And why it don't exist anymore. Like from Black Wall Street, they learned we cannot allow them to mentally be able to come together ever again.
Facts.
Ever again.
It looked too good.
It looked too good. In the 60s and the 50s, and that's when it started to come back. But they took advantage of the integration. You get what I'm saying? And they got us reliant on the system. And then throughout the years, that's when the mass incarceration, taking the fathers out the hood, putting the drugs in the hood, taking out the drug rehabilitation resources.
The white women, don't forget the white women.
Don't forget the white women, the honey traps.
You don't need a man.
Like, alright, so now I got another analogy. Cause like, we all cool people. We're popular people in our circles. We don't like being around lames, do we? I ain't necessarily saying white people is lame, but why the fuck are we so gung-ho about integration? Why do you want to be around them?
Can I just speak back? I'm gonna say one sentence. They didn't want that shit. They didn't even want it. They tried so hard to keep us separated. We had to fight for that. That's shit.
And you know, when you like, this is not me, but you know, ever seen something you have an ex, you don't want to be with them, but you don't want to see them doing better. You know, people that think like that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That just came to me out the air.
Yeah.
No, for real though. That's literally what it is.
Actually, I don't have anything to say. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Me too.
Anybody else?
Back to that shit. White people, man. Bugging, son. And like, honestly, I feel like as black people that like vote, you gotta be Democrat. You gotta vote, you gotta be Democrat. The older I got, the more I realized that's just things so that they could keep us in place, so they
Yeah.
keep us in
Fuck
line. If we're
these
always
Democrats.
just Democrat and y'all are always just Republican,
Yeah, good point.
they have the statistics to know who's gonna win this year, who's not gonna win this year, who we should put more money behind now. And nigga, it's like betting. It's like the Vegas shit.
Bro, it's like first they got us with fucking they got us in our fucking home country with fucking Christianity and shit.
Yeah,
That's what you first got us. First they got us with the fucking God shit.
yeah.
Then they got us with the fucking integration and the politics and shit.
Mm-hmm.
All they did that shit for was so they could fucking steal more shit from
Yes,
us.
100%. 100%.
That's
And you know what's crazy? Like I was watching, I fucked around and I watched the episode of This Is Us.
Why would you ever do that?
Yo,
Nah, that
listen,
show's crazy,
I was-
son.
No, it's
it
not.
It just happened. It just happened, right?
It's a crazy
But
show.
some shit happened in the
Makes
show that
sense,
was
but
funny,
it
right?
makes sense.
One of the dudes is trying to be like a politician, and like, he's campaigning in the neighborhood, and in that neighborhood they like really fuck with that one. Him, that nigga.
Yeah.
It's like 1.5 black person on this damn.
And he's like an orphan.
Well,
Like,
they're a minority.
No, I'm not even joking.
They're minority
He's
too.
the ass
I
orphan.
told my
Yo,
mom,
they're
never be
minority
like
too,
one of these
because now-
Negroes.
They're fat,
so
so
they're
they're technically
minority too.
minorities.
Not
in the
gonna
show.
They're overweight. They're like hella overweight.
I'm not racist, but if there's not enough black people in the show these days,
Yeah, I don't watch it. Like I
Can't
don't watch
watch
this on the regular. I just caught one episode, and the nigga was in the neighborhood campaigning, and the people from the neighborhood they like really fucked with the dude who was there at like who was already in place.
Yeah.
And they had like their own personal reasons for why they fucked with him, but it was mostly old people. And I was just like, this is crazy because this is like politics for real. Because
Yeah.
like, old people, they'd be like, I fuck with him, I don't care, that type shit. Like, you don't give a fuck about none of the issues, nothing, because you old and you
back.
live to
I'll
die,
let you
so
go
you don't care.
Look at Bill Clinton.
Big facts, man. Big fucking facts. Niggas was like, yo, he plays the saxophone. He plays the saxophone. What are you talking about?
I got a Bill fact. When I was younger, I thought Bill Clinton was the shit. I got older.
He is shit. He's
That's a
shit.
fact, because
He
it
fucking
was
so
crazy.
Yo,
Bill Clinton was like, at the time, it was just like you had to vote for him. He was like the Barack Obama of the 90s.
Yeah, he was a very
because he
positive.
played the saxophone
So I
and wore shades. That shit
In
crazy.
retrospect, he's the he passed a law that really like
That put us in prison.
that fucked us up
Fucked
crazy.
us
Him and
over.
his wife. Not to mention, the shit going on that his wife and they had going on in Haiti. You feel
Yo,
me?
son.
I'm Haitian, so I'm not even.
They hate them.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, and so can you talk about that? Can you talk about that? After
I just want to say one thing
let
real
Bomb
quick.
speak, and
Like,
then I
yo,
want to hear your
like,
opinion on that.
Bill Clinton is a horrible politician and all that shit, but like as a human, that nigga's story is fucking amazing.
Yeah, his story is crazy.
That nigga was a drug dealer, and that is fucking
Kennedy's too.
fantastic. I mean, the Kennedys, they cursed, so.
Okay, so basically, like to my knowledge, from what I know, they're building factories and resources and shit like that
Yeah.
in Haiti, and it's supposed to be generating money and helping the country, but the country's not seeing any of the money. Like Haiti, I mean, there's parts of Haiti that's beautiful, you feel me? But like, it's not doing that. I mean, it's not doing good at all. They're actually doing economically, they're not well. The land is like kind of fucked up. You can't really grow. Or,
Cocaine.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't.
But yeah.
Yeah, you know, like you can't really develop as much as you want.
What do you guys think is America's natural resource?
Ooh, can I go? I got so many good ones.
Violence.
Can I go? Yeah, go, Trey.
Pussy.
Racism. Number one export is racism.
Facts.
I swear to God.
Nah, but no funny shit. I think our number one export is entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't think we
In
have.
real life, yes. But violence is really our number one export.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's our.
Racism comes from violence.
Alright, this is just one thing. How much money do we owe China?
A billion.
A lot.
How much money
Billions,
how much
lots,
money do we
trillions.
annually spend on our military?
Billions.
Billions and
We
trillions.
could have paid China back years ago.
Facts. Also true.
But we will forever be in debt
Because we're bullies.
to Mr. Chin.
Facts.
Because we like to fight.
And not only that, we don't
Oh,
even.
that's why
We don't even fight. No, it's not like we spending our bread on some good shit. Like we go into places literally doing this. Yo, they don't really fuck with y'all over there like that. If y'all want to body them, we'll give y'all the guns, my nigga. All
Yep.
we need though, PC of that gas, bro. So we need. You know, look, we got you with the hammers, whatever y'all need.
We fight them.
You know what I'm saying? We lit.
We fight them.
And then so we're bullies. That's basically what it is. That's what a superpower basically is. Like we're a superpower. You get what I'm saying? That means that we got all the missiles, we got all the guns. We will come over there and clap that ass. Don't talk shit about us. That's basically what that is. That's why every president can talk greasy like how they talk. That's why niggas be just sending drones to just blow shit up. That's why fucking niggas drop white phosphorus on people that's not even fucking fighting, because it's like they don't give a fuck. Like, my nigga, we have the power. Basically, if we think y'all got something that we want, or we think y'all talking shit, and that is usually not the second, the latter. It's usually the first. We
White
want
phosphorus.
something.
White phosphorus sounds fire.
Yeah, what is that?
It's like
It's
this
cocaine?
fucking. It looks like cocaine. It's white smoke that burns you.
Damn.
Fucking crazy. It's like some crazy chemical
I need
agent
some of
shit.
that in my arsenal.
The David Saul.
Do you think that there will be another bully in a sense? Like, who's the other?
Soon, very soon.
I think,
gonna be terrible.
I think never, because the other bully is like our older brother,
Yeah,
and like they just get us to do stuff.
yeah.
So, no.
We talking about
You want
GP,
your answer? Where you
baby?
go?
Huh?
Can I go, please? Because my answer's totally different from y'all. The Asians is coming, y'all. They got some shit. I'm not even joking, bro. They got some shit and they not showing us.
I'll be
They
honest
is coming soon.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They spend all of their money on infrastructure, so they'll never. It doesn't matter how much actual people they have in their military. They will never. Like Great Britain and America just was like, all right, let's go kill all of them. We do it. It's not even bullshit.
You fucking with the Koreans?
I don't even think we want to fuck with the Koreans, bro. They kicked our ass before.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
do raw shit.
Yeah.
Koreans,
Vietnamese.
the Vietnamese, they do some real nasty shit. Like, I don't know, y'all might not know about war and shit like that or history, but check it out. This is why we lost fucking what was the name of that shit? Vietnam. This is why we lost it.
Oh, we got some shit about
Vietnamese,
Vietnam.
the Vietnamese, right, in the fucking jungles, we was fighting. And first of all, you don't go fight a nigga ass
Jungles.
crazy.
Yeah, man,
That
niggas
is the
crazy.
first thing you don't do. First of all, this is actually a better fact. You don't fight a nigga at a crib when he lives in an apartment.
Yeah.
And Vietnam is an apartment compared to most places where we held war at.
Facts.
So these niggas is in their apartment and they know their fucking apartment. So they did some nasty shit that took out so much soldiers. They used to shit in bamboo shoots and cut the bamboo like at an angle, so it's like hella sharp. And then they bury it like halfway in the ground. So like soldiers are walking through, and this is like, what the fuck was this, like the 60s or some shit like that? You know, shoes was like shit back then and shit. Even boots, like rubber sole, shit going right through. So your cut is immediately getting infected with all this shit and nastiness that just been in the ground, and like you slowly die. So niggas was just in this Vietnam jungle slowly dying from shit like that, along with all the other crazy tactics that these
Let me see that.
Vietnamese
Let me see that.
Yeah,
Let me tell you how dope the Vietnamese were. So reading Kwame Ture's book, a lot of Vietnamese were capturing black POWs, but what they were doing was educating them. They were saying, this isn't y'all fight. This is the country, you know what I'm saying, that's doing this to y'all, and this is what's doing this to us and shit like that. So they were able to convert a lot of black soldiers on their side. Not only this,
Tell them the funny part.
what?
Tell them the funny part about how when they capture white people, they would turn them into crackheads.
Yeah, they would just give them mad heroin and shit.
Yo, bro.
Fucking
A funny ass story. So, I hope I tell this story right. If I'm not, just please correct me. But the French also was fighting them too, right? So the French had built a base that was in the forest or whatever, and it had giant walls. Everything you only could get in by flying. You can't get out no other way. You can only get in and out.
So you have
by
to
flying.
climb over to get out?
No, you couldn't even climb over that. That's how big that wall was, right? So the Vietnamese were so smart that what they did was they just took their time and they brought all the materials that they needed to break through the wall just over time, on foot. So it took a long fucking time to do it, and they were able to build their contraption or whatever the case may be, break through the wall, and these niggas couldn't get in the airplanes to get away, and there was no other exit, so they smoked them. That's how fucking gangster the Vietnamese were.
Let me just say, and that sums up my point. The Asians is coming. Like, watch out for them. They got these same tactics, but in the future, nigga, remember that. Please remember that. If they all got together somehow, this is just my mind. If they all got together somehow, Donald Trump is cancer. He's a very terrible person. Right now, we're looking kind of weak. We're still looking strong because we're still the U.S. But niggas is definitely plotting. Niggas is definitely feeling a little bit froggier now. So that's why I'm only saying not very soon, but you know. I don't know.
Man, like, you gonna fuck me?
I'm a black man, so y'all know I'm not really like for this shit, but like, ain't no way in hell China can beat us in a fucking war unless they got PlayStation 6.
That's what I'm saying, son. Go ahead and
got
say some shit.
If they got PlayStation 6, I'll tell them all the
Let me
secret
see that.
things.
Listen, look, you can colonize us with the PlayStation 6, bro. Like, as long as you can get us 20-something, NBA 20-something early, bro. Listen, we cool. We chill.
We're here with all the secrets, bro.
Asians, black people decide we on your side if anything goes down. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Y'all know, y'all already fuck with hip hop. Y'all know that it's not really us. We didn't make none of these decisions. We didn't write none of this shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They gotta show me something special right now at the next War Expo.
Yeah.
Hold on. They gotta have like Iron Man or something.
They might, son. They might.
I don't know.
I ain't no fucking Asian I don't got no problem with no Asians, you feel me? Ain't no fucking Asian colonizing me. Fuck out of here. You feel me? Ain't no Asian colonizing me. Nigga, we gonna have to work something out. After they take out the whites, you feel me? Then we gonna have to fight. We gonna have to fight. We gonna free the guys. We gonna free the guys.
Free the guys. Let us go somewhere else.
I'll be honest, y'all. I'm like 1/5 Chinese anyway, so I can talk about us being good, but I still gotta see something special at the end.
Look, my man, just look. Anime is our shit.
It's fire.
It's Japanese.
Listen,
It don't matter. They Asian.
Chinese
Chinese got manhwa.
chill,
They got some shit called manhwa. Come on, chill. These niggas is watching.
We out here trying to make our
Chinese guns, yeah, they be making fake ass guns.
Huh?
Chinese guns?
Nah. Those no American guns. Ooh, them shits. Germans got some shit on the low.
Chinese guns though? I'd say pick up a knife.
Pick up a knife.
Because a Chinese gun is gonna get you shot.
But some niggas got technology, so they might even hit us with some shit in the future.
Niggas might have ray guns.
Nano bullets and shit,
They got some
nigga.
shit. But the only thing I will say is, I agree with your point. If y'all come through and do start killing the white people, we gonna have to have a meeting because y'all not gonna just fucking make us go through slavery again or some shit like that. We not fucking with that, bro. 100%. We gotta be just good.
I'm gonna say it again at the 2019 War Expo. You better show me something for me to get on y'all side.
So what if the Asians came through and started killing all the white people and they started enslaving us?
Hold on, let me see that. Ain't no fucking such thing, my nigga.
No such thing.
Ain't gonna be no. Once they get a nigga too like, once they get a shade past that peach color, it's on. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
nah, he look a little too black, bro.
Yeah, nah, facts.
We on him. You feel what I'm
He was
saying?
half black.
Hold up. Chinese people not even into the cotton shit. They're gonna be teaching us coding. I don't know if that's that bad.
Hold on, yeah. They gonna get us a lot of good, great Bitcoin factories. We're gonna be in there farming, nigga. We're gonna be rich as shit.
Y'all niggas sound fucking dumb, cause if you see how the motherfucking sweat
No, they be
ran, with all the technology they got now, them niggas, hell no.
We don't need them, cause look, we got all the Asians that wanted to get away from them here to fuck with us. We don't need.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I don't know. Y'all might not know the history and shit, but like Asians is black people, and they actually might be looking to get their pigment back. So we might. Blasian chicks is hot.
I guess that's good science.
You see that? I ain't gonna. I don't really subscribe to Asians is black thing, bro. I'm not gonna hold you, cause I live over here, and you ever get on? You ever be on a train at Roosevelt?
Boy,
Yeah, you ever have a seat at Roosevelt, and you know how much they like seats, nigga?
Yo.
And you got an open seat next to you?
Yo, where
They
you
got
at?
seats next
I
to
ain't
you.
gonna lie to you. I seen the Asian niggas
I
squeeze and
see.
sit
I got it.
right here.
I got a story.
Look at this space.
Nigga, I was on that.
Look at this space, nigga.
Oh my god, I was on the R train. You already know what that mean. I was on the R train. I get on the R train, right? I walk, and I see a seat. I'm walking to a seat. In the corner, in my peripherals, I catch an Asian dude running towards the seat. I am 2 steps away from the seat. He is at the second door, not even the first door that's by the seat. He is running towards where I'm about to sit. I sit down, and this nigga tries to sit on my lap, son, and I just push him, like, and he just falls. And then he looks at me like, what's your problem? Like, what's your problem? And then everybody else on the train, I didn't even have to say nothing. I'm like, you just tried to fucking sit on it. You tried to tackle him for a seat. I swear, my nigga, they really not for us. I don't know.
Oh, wait, hold on. You remember what the fuck happened in LA with the riots?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how they was shooting at black people and shit?
Yeah.
Those was Koreans, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, Koreans be wild.
Come on, I keep telling them. The fuck, son?
yo, with all the Afro beats and shit that we fucking with now, there should be no reason we can't get help from Africa.
Yo, that's facts.
You Pan African.
But I tell you this though, it'd be a lot of them Chibuke niggas and them politicians over there that be the president, they be tap dancing, bro.
Yeah,
That's
nah,
why we
for
can't
real.
get no help. But there are organizations over there working on that.
But that falls in line with what I just said, with what I said earlier again.
Yeah.
And politics is not a real thing. Politics is like another form of work.
Speaking of
High
politics.
ranking
Speaking
work.
of politics.
Speaking of politics, so a good conversation came up. I was talking about gatekeepers or whatever in the industry or whatever the case may be, and how there's a false narrative. And I don't know if y'all seen this interview, but it was with Ebro and that dude Astro. Or
Yeah,
Stro.
yeah, I think I've seen that.
And he was talking about, getting his music on the radio, and Ebro was like, get hot, nigga, that's how you get on the radio. You get hot, nigga, that's how you get on the radio.
I remember that.
And you see that rhetoric often, like,
Yeah.
nigga, you get hot, that's how you gonna get on. Or, you know what I'm saying, you gotta
Get
act
hot
like
and then
this,
you work
and then
with
you
me
get
and
on, or
this.
whatever the case may be. And I wanted to have a conversation. Can we officially call bullshit and finally speak on
Can I
this?
start? Can I start?
Big facts.
The word industry. It just sounds like work. You get what I'm saying? It sounds like there's gonna be a system in place. It sounds like there's gonna be connections made that would push you further in a direction than people who just have to start by themselves and put in all that work by themselves. Of course, people who start from the bottom can work mad hard and grind up and get to the top, but that percentage is way lower than the people that's like, hey, I know this person that works at this place and they can
And I
get
can
this
pay
to
this
do
nigga to
this,
do
and I can
this.
pay this person this much money because I have this much backing behind me, or I have this many followers so I can sign to this record label. Like, there's gatekeepers. We all know that. Like, most jobs have gatekeepers. Like, it's an industry. It's still a business at the end of the day. So of course that's a bullshit ass rhetoric. Of course sometimes it's not, because there's niggas who have those connections and they fucking suck and they believe that they should be in that position, and it's like, nigga, work harder, get better. You get what I'm saying? But they usually never use that rhetoric on the trash niggas that have all the backing behind them. Astro at that time was. And I think he's still good. Like, he was a young rapper. He was mad young around that time, and he just won whatever the competition is that he won as a rapper. And a lot of people don't win that talent shit as a rapper. And then he was putting in work, and he's basically saying, "My nigga, I just won this competition. I have things behind. I have a media, this Fox or some shit behind me, my nigga. Like, I have a corporation behind me. Y'all should play my shit on the radio.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And for him to be like, get hot, nigga, get hot, like." You're bullshitting, because you know that payola shit is real. You know that all that extra shit is real. You know that niggas is coming out of pockets to get their shit played. You know that labels are coming out of pockets to get shit played. Like, come on, you can't.
Hold on, let me preface this conversation first. And I want to say it's not like on some bitter shit. It's actually addressing the elephant in the room. Finally. You get what I'm saying? And honestly, because it's just an unfair rhetoric for a lot of artists that want that exposure. You get what I'm saying? I'm an artist. I don't want that exposure because I know the type of music I make. is not something that a corporation is going to put money behind. You get what I'm saying? And people may not understand that now, but when they see what I'm doing in my next shit, they will get that. But people don't understand that at some point, talent doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? Your talent isn't going to be what's going to get you where you need to be. It's going to be your connections. It's going to be who you know. It's going to be who you pay. And I think we need to start being honest with our artists because they're all trying to follow this mode and not be themselves. We need to tell them, yo, you should be free to be yourself and speak your mind and be who you are. And this is the truth. So move this way. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and now you can do however you want. We just have to be honest. If this is hip hop, we've always been honest. That's the culture. And we have to be honest about our culture. Those gatekeepers are keeping a lot of artists out of positions for white people. You get what I'm saying?
True.
It's not even like black people are controlling this bread. It's black people that's the gatekeepers to these white people that's controlling the bread. But it's like, so whose boy are you? Is that truly power? You get what I'm saying?
I got 2 questions. First, what is hot? Second, how hot? Next statement, I got a statement too. I fucking hate Ebro. I fucking hate that one of the most powerful and influential hip hop stations on the East Coast and in New York is ultimately controlled by, well, not controlled because he don't own the station, but he has a lot of influence there, and he is not. That nigga might represent hip hop culture where he from, but he don't represent that culture to me, where I'm from. And I'm tired of niggas like using that nigga to be like, cause I just read that Beats, Apple, the Beats radio shit. They just opened in New York, whatever, and you know he fucking has his own beat shit, his own radio shit on Beats, and like. He's in the article talking about, I want to give it that New York. Like, you're not from here. How can you give it something that you don't like? You're not
Ebro's not from New York.
No, he's from California.
From California.
And hold on.
He's from California. This shit is crazy.
And I don't want to make this about Ebro, but just addressing that statement, it's kind of, I don't see how that, what about Ebro has ever been New York? Not even just that he's been from here. How has he ever pushed New York culture forward? You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of, there's a booming young dude scene right now. A booming young dude scene right now. And they gotta be played on a late night shit when they get their millions to da-da-da. But it's like, it's literally a movement in New York City with a bunch of young cats. You get what I'm saying? That nobody's covering. It's not even, fuck Hot 97. Nobody's covering. And all of these media publications are in New York. And these dudes are doing their own thing. And they got street bloggers that's covering this shit. You know what I'm saying? Why isn't XXL out here giving these dudes, you know what I'm saying, platforms? It's like, y'all niggas is in the heart of hip hop. And there's always going to be a movement. How y'all miss everyone in the past 4 years?
And that just goes back to gatekeeping and basically just being a business, and basically executives are really making the decisions. Like, the one thing I will say is, as much as I disagree with a lot of things that Ebro does, I also understand that this is his job. Like, there's people above him that's like, right, you can't do that.
Exactly.
No,
that's why we need to take it out of the context.
You get what I'm saying? So there's, all of them are doing it. Because it's a job at the end of the day. So when it comes to shit like that, I just wish that they would find a way to be more honest about shit like that. Like, just be like, Ebro didn't have to tell this nigga, yo, get hot. That's like a cop-out statement, because at that point, that nigga had a buzz. Like, he was hot. I mean, he wasn't hot like Hot 100, which is the white people above him. They tell him what is hot. You get what I'm saying?
That's why I asked the question, like, what is hot?
Here's what's hot to them. It's the algorithms. It's the streams. You get what I'm saying? It's like it don't matter about your following. It don't matter if you have a diehard following. Because the one thing I will say is, Logic sells some of the most albums ever. They don't really play his shit on the radio unless it's one of those super commercial everywhere type hits. You get what I'm saying? He has a lot more doper actual rap songs that they would never play on the radio. You get what I'm saying? So it's a business, and hot is those algorithms.
Right.
Like, we know.
When it comes to people like Logic who sell a lot of records and shit like that, it's like, are we even looking at where those sales are coming from?
Yeah.
Because like the demographic that he's pushing to, there's way more people in this country that are of that demographic.
Right. Right.
Facts.
Like I was talking about Son early on the timeline. I don't really want to say his name. 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
And I'm like I dropped one of them old pictures of him,
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
this is like, y'all think this guy's dope? Like, this is crazy. And cause I seen people like championing his music, and I'm like, his music is not even good. It's not even good. And then
It's high quality trash.
when you see when you see his performances that are, I'm not even talking about the overseas performances. I'm going to talk about his performances here. When you see his performances here, I don't see
The energy.
fuck the energy. I don't see
Us.
I don't see my demographic of people.
Yeah, of course you don't.
I see middle America there. And if you ever drove through this country, there's a lot of fucking middle America.
So
A hell of a fucking lot.
let me hit you.
So Logic sells millions of albums. Yes, he sells millions of albums to people on tractors.
Hold on, let me hit you with a crazy fact right now. The people on tractors are the demographic that they're doing the algorithms off of. Because those aren't usually the people that's gonna pay for the streaming services, that's gonna buy the albums, that's gonna do this. And when they do those fucking numbers, it's those tractor motherfuckers that's making niggas hot. You get what I'm saying? That's why 6ix9ine got like all his songs on the record, because them tractor niggas are buying the shit.
Like
So it's crazy.
he
And
has, like when he brings up like these crazy stupid numbers like
yeah,
10 for
I was
10,
on the Billboard Hot
yeah,
100.
you were 55. You were 55 on the top 100. That's a feat. That's amazing.
That's
that is
something,
amazing.
though.
That is amazing.
But
When you consider that his crowd is, like I said, we live, the metropolises of the United States all reside on the coast. New York, Boston, California, Miami. These are the Texas. These are the big states with the big metropolises. The rest of the country is dead ass tractors.
So how do you feel about Post Malone? And where is Post Malone from?
He's from Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
the niggas with tractors love them.
How do I feel about
Google?
I mean, the same thing. I feel like
Toast Malone.
all right. Even though there's more people in the country that are on tractors, there are more tractors in the country than fucking city people.
Yeah.
There are more tractor people than city people.
Yeah.
Yes. The city people, the
Yeah,
tractor
he's from
people,
Texas.
the tractor people, they do not know what's hot until the city people
Facts.
say it's hot.
Facts.
So the small demographic of people who think like Post Malone was cool, which a lot of people were on the Post Malone bandwagon with the White Iverson.
That shit was
song-
terrible.
That song was alright.
I fuck with that.
I liked
A
it.
lot of
And then he started doing all that fuck shit.
Yeah, then he
And I was
put
with
barbed wire on his forehead. And a lot of niggas in the hood was on the 6ix9ine train when he did Gunmo and shit like that. So like they determined
Oh yeah,
that
definitely.
that the Hicks can ride that wave. So it's their fault.
To
What?
go back on the point of gatekeeping, or like, you know what I'm saying, the culture, but like me as an artist, like, I feel like what it is, it's like, it's a lot of politics. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of politics. And like, you gotta do a lot of tap dancing and
Yeah,
doing a lot
that's
of
just-
extra shit that like,
That's
you
not
don't really
doing
wanna
none
do,
of
you
that shit.
feel me? And as an artist, like, you never wanna feel like you gotta kiss somebody ass or you talking to somebody
Right.
just cause they do X, Y, and Z. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
me personally, I'm not that type of person, and I know that there's other artists and people that feel that way. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, I get that it's all a part of the game, yeah, but it's really corny, and I feel
Yeah,
like
sure.
sometimes it do take somebody to get in there to like really like,
Open the door.
yeah, you know what I'm saying, and like, yeah, open the door and like change the culture, because at the same time it's like you gotta sort through a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
A lot of bullshit, you feel me? Even as an artist, like, cause I can understand why they move the way they do too, cause you go to a showcase and like, you see mad whack performances.
Yeah. Niggas with no energy.
Then niggas will probably be rapping over their song.
Over their song,
like,
no
you're not
energy.
really supposed to be doing that. They're not really putting on the show. It's
They
a
not
lot of
moving
the same
around.
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no energy. So it's like,
The niggas also be on Zans.
Right.
So.
it's like, damn, son. And imagine when it was probably throwing the showcases for free, and now, like, you know what I'm saying? You know how people are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas got the music whack, they're not bringing out nobody, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of bullshit that you, and even as an artist, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Me, of course, I'm myself, like, I feel like I'm the greatest artist ever, you feel me?
Yeah.
But my music is nut, like,
Yeah.
So, sometimes even then, I know when I came to the show prepared, I rehearsed all that other extra shit. You know what I'm saying? The show probably being hosted by some nigga that work at some radio station or a DJ or something like that. And then like you really gotta sit there and go through all of the bullshit and wait, probably perform, put on a good show.
Yeah.
And it's like you probably still won't even really get like noticed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like, just to like piggyback off of that, like I totally feel that, I totally understand that, and like just piggyback off the sifting through mad bullshit, like, and that's why I understand the gatekeeping culture also, like what you're saying, like because there's gonna be niggas that have good music, got shitty work ethics. There's gonna be niggas that have they have great work ethic, their music's not that good, and they have the connections. You get what I'm saying? So that's where we gotta kind of differentiate shit with gatekeeping, because gatekeeping, they always lean more towards the what's your connections than what's your talent or what's your work ethic.
100%.
I agree. I'm a Pikachu back off that.
You got it.
Like, I can understand gatekeeper culture as well, because in a sense, what we're saying is like, gatekeepers, we need better gatekeepers.
We need better gatekeepers.
You get what I'm saying? And just to your point, it's like nepotism versus talent.
That's what it is, yo. I was thinking that. Good
You get what I'm saying?
So now
I think it's nepotism versus talent, and I think that's why the gatekeeper culture is looked at how it is. If there was more talent coming through the door, then I don't think anybody will be complaining. You get what I'm saying? If there was, you know, a balance of what's out there, what's being presented, I don't think anybody would be complaining. You get what I'm saying? So just on that side of it, on the neutral side of it, I just think, you know, there has to be some kind of balance at some point. You know what I mean? And if we're gonna have a gatekeeper culture, that's fine. But we have to be honest about it, forward about it, and we have to switch how that culture is run for it to run efficiently, for us to get the opportunities we need to get. And not excluding me, I don't want to be part of that. that whole energy, like, I don't want to be part of it, but I'm an artist first, you know what I'm saying? And I don't see industry heads talking honestly to artists, you know what I'm saying? And I've been able to have conversations with people that were honest with me, so.
Facts. I'm gonna be honest, I'd be a gatekeeper. I'm down for that, to be the one to change the culture, because I really feel like there's a lot of people with a lot of talent and crazy work ethic, and they're always working and constantly putting shit out, and they're constantly making moves in cities that are big cities, that are important cities.
Oh, I
popular
got it,
cities. And I feel like they need that shot, they need that chance. There's
Yeah.
like a lot of niggas that, and I'll be 100% honest, late night radio, when they play like the shit from artists, local artists and shit, I enjoy that way more than I enjoy any of the mainstream shit. And I feel like we need to be more like how Atlanta and the South radio be, because they put on they people for real. Your shit pop in the streets, they gonna play your shit on the radio. Yeah.
So, like, I'm trying to figure out how to word this properly, man. So like, all right, all of this brings me to this question, right? So, like Trey, I know Trey is doing this music shit simply for his love of hip hop. He's not doing this shit for mainstream success, for the bread. He's doing this because he loves the culture, because he loves hip hop, because he loves rap. If you have a buzz, like people know who you are, not necessarily mainstream know who you are, but people know who you are. is that not good enough?
And that's the problem.
That's the problem. It should be good enough, but it's not.
But it's not. It's
Because say that person isn't connected to this certain person who knows this certain person, they're not gonna put that person on over who they already know and has an artist. You get what I'm saying? So that's what the disconnect is. It's like you clearly see that he's way hotter, he's better, but you're gonna put your man's on because that's your man's.
Let me
Basically,
get that
like,
real quick.
Freddie
Just
Wap
to Pikachu back off of that.
what's her name that Freddie Wap put on all the songs?
His other man.
Monty.
Monty.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah,
son.
to Pikachu back off
I
of that.
remember Monty versus because
Basically, it's just not good enough to them. Like just to another example. This is a real life example. Somebody puts in mad work. They have a buzz in the city every time they do a show. They like either headliners or something. They sell out. They go to a record label. The record label's like, we want to offer you this contract. We was about to offer somebody else, but we want to offer it to you. How many followers do you have on social media? He didn't have enough. They signed the other person. This is how the industry works, bro. Like, he had way more talent than the other person. Like, and it's just like those things are more important to them than how good you are a lot of the time. Oh, your video got like 1 million views, that's lit. Oh, your shit went viral, a little clip of the song went viral, oh, that's lit. You got like 1 million views on SoundCloud, that's lit. How many followers you got on social media platforms? Oh, not a lot? Damn. I don't know. We can't take that chance.
That's why niggas was buying followers.
Is that
and verified checks.
Is that not necessarily our fault, but is that not our fault?
That's so. Yeah, then I could.
Because like I could use like us right here as an example. Like we might not be the littest podcast internet show out in the world, but our friends interact with us about this show. So that that makes me happy enough. Like if we never get super lit, that I'm content. Like our friends fucked with us.
Yeah.
But if we got super lit, that would be lit too.
Right.
But like that doesn't mean I wouldn't tell people to like, yo, check out another person's podcast.
Okay, so this is all I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So the only difference between that and this is that they're looking for instant monetary value. You get what I'm saying? The more people that you have connected to you means there's a more chance that more of those people will buy albums. You get what I'm saying? If this person has 1,000 people following them and this person has 30,000 people following them, they could both sell 1,000. But before anyone sells anything, they're gonna go with the nigga that has 30,000 followers. You get what I'm saying?
My point
that's
is
crazy.
that is our fault.
That is
completely our fault.
Why?
Why is that our fault? Because we are we are the ones that want instant gratification. We are the ones that want instant success. Not necessarily us, but like our culture. I want to say our culture, but I would more so say our generation.
Yeah.
We want instant success. Whereas I'm pretty sure I remember like watching different like fucking VH1 shits like Where Are They Now and shit like that, and finding out that people were fucking signed and developed. Like somebody saw the talent in them and developed them. Instead of now we want such instant success that like the labels and these fucking like entertainment places, they want people like you should, if you want instant success, you should come here instantly prepared to make me some money. If I'm gonna invest money in you, so that is really our fault. Like we wanted. Like again, not us, but our generation, we wanted that instant success.
True.
I would say it's more the system moving within the time's fault. You get what I'm saying? Like the system back in the day, it was like we could groom this nigga and we will make the money over time. Now it's like you said, everything is like instant. It's like Cash App, you get your money there, you get this. The second you listen to it, you get your money straight into the bank account. You get what I'm saying? So of course it is partially our fault. We do want,
And also we're forgetting the money part. The labels spent a lot of money on hip hop early on.
Yes,
and never recouped. And that's why the budgets aren't the same. That's why that development budget is probably gone. And that's why we have to be honest about what's happening. You get what I'm saying? They want instant success because they need instant return.
Niggas even slash advertising.
Know whose fault that is? The niggas before us. The niggas before us.
Oh, Jay.
Diddy.
Yeah, let Jay.
That's a fact. Nah, that was a good point.
Yeah.
But I was saying, but now, you know, times are changing. The labels can make their money back.
Yeah.
Like, hip hop's the leading music in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? It's the most popular. Like, but I do feel like now as an artist, you should try to at least develop yourself.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like, because all the resources are there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I feel like as an artist, like if you could come up with a brain, come up with something that a lot of people could connect with.
Facts.
But if you don't have like a huge social media following, I feel like the label, they should
Help
market that.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, we can both eat.
Yeah,
You know what
but-
I'm saying? Because people, that's how it works. But what they want the fast,
Yeah.
I found something
the
that's
fast
helpful.
food.
I found something that's helpful. That follower shit is helpful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Follow shit is 100% helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, 10 years ago, we would laugh at niggas. We would laugh at niggas and be like, look how much followers this nigga got. What the fuck you talking for? That's the type of shit that we did on the social media 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it is completely our fault while they was like,
Oh, followers are important.
Yeah, but we wasn't the white people was probably doing.
Yeah, they was doing it too, of course.
I'm
Your
pretty
business
sure- I'm pretty
your
sure
business
they
is
was
less
doing it.
legitimate
But,
than mine. You have less followers.
I don't think they would. They don't run nothing.
Yeah, facts.
They don't dictate what's cool.
The only thing I'll say that's the same with that is that we were making fun of niggas because of status with like the shit, and they were probably making fun of people because of engagements, which is like the technical term, like when a nigga click on a tweet and shit, or like when how many people follow you per this shit, or how many people will retweet this link and this, like they'll be like, oh, your shit's not getting engagements, oh, you fucking
They
suck.
was using advanced analytics.
Yeah, basically. So, yeah, go ahead, Trey.
Yeah, but like on top of that, it's like I think now they're smartening up on the follower count shit.
Yeah.
And you kind of, again, I don't like talking about these things without solutions. You get what I'm saying? So even though there is a gatekeeper culture, that's not the only way. I think the hard part at this point is you have to have money to invest in yourself to bypass these gatekeepers because you're gonna have to really invest in your craft and in your brand, your videos, how you market, where you market, what you do. Just gonna have to be super smart because if we're gonna have this conversation honestly, yes, there's gatekeepers, but that doesn't mean that isn't your way to go. You get what I'm saying? That means your route to success is impossible. It's just that you have to at some point say, okay, realistically, this is the level of this dreaming. This is the level of success that I want. Realistically, this is the level of success I can possibly reach, and come to terms. You know what I'm saying? With what you have, and say, okay, I got to speak to my crowd, and go from there. You know what I'm saying? And build from there, and from there, put more money into your shit. Because that is what it is.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, like that's a part of being like developed. That's a part of being developed. You feel me? Like as an artist, like investing in yourself. Cause you feel me? Nobody not going. I'm not gonna spend my money on you if you're not gonna spend your money on yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if I don't see you at least out there trying to go and get the job, like I'm not about to buy you a tie or a shirt to go to the interview. You feel me? I don't see you out here filling out applications.
Yeah.
With that being said, yeah, artists do have to like, you know what I'm saying, try to like me. I got my merch. You feel me? If you get like 10, 15 niggas wearing shit, there's probably like another 100 niggas that feel like them or probably think that shit is dope. You feel me?
Yeah.
Everybody likes something. So I feel like as artists, they gotta at least try to put their foot forward, you know what I'm saying? And like have something ready in one page, you know what I'm saying? And don't just come to them like, oh, I make music, my shit lit on
Exactly. And what you'll hear too when you go link up with a lot of people is you need to build a team, and that's the hardest part. You get what I'm saying? That's the hardest part. You need a good team because it's going to be hard for you to raise your money yourself and live a quality life unless you're doing some illegal shit. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be hard. You get what I'm saying? But it's going to be something you have to do. Raise money yourself, and you're going to have to surround yourself with people that's willing to practice this group economics thing with you. Because if you can get people to pool money in with you, then y'all can buy merch. Then y'all can buy things in bulk. Y'all can buy CDs. Y'all can buy different kind of things and put packages together. sell them to your fans. I'm giving y'all what I'm about to do. But again, this is artists. We have to share knowledge because there's so much money in the world and we can all talk to our different, you know what I'm saying, our different bases. Yo, put your bread together, get your peoples like, yo, I need 200. Get your peoples to throw in 200. Y'all put in for t-shirts, charge, you know what I'm saying, a good amount, make that bread back, put it back, and that's how y'all can start to, either if you're doing something that you ain't supposed to be doing, get right with your money. You get what I'm saying? So listen, just be smart.
And the one, speaking of solutions, instead of just, probably shit on gatekeeper shit,
Yeah.
record labels get better scouts, get blacker scouts, get more local scouts.
Mhm.
When you're in an area or in like the West Coast, get a scout from the West Coast, get an A&R from the West Coast.
Right.
If you're in the East Coast, get an A&R from the East Coast. Y'all scouting niggas from Brooklyn, get somebody from Brooklyn that's popping that knows all the Brooklyn people. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that would probably make the quality of like when people say New York shit will feel like it's authentic. You know what I'm saying? Cause and shit, I didn't want to go back to Ebro. We don't gotta go back to Ebro, but like you really not. I like me as a dirty Brooklyn nigga. I'm not gonna respect a West Coast nigga being like, yeah, that New York shit.
He didn't even know. He just learned about battle rap.
So like at the end of the day, like, and no diss to him, but like at the end of the day, I feel like they need to be more localized and get those better scouts, nigga.
You see that, John? This is to like the artists more so, creatives. Like, don't like niggas will tell you to like be less opinionated and don't use your voice and shit like that. Don't listen to niggas.
Don't
listen.
Don't not at all.
Do you speak if you feel like you need to. Say what you feel like you need to say.
Also say no if you feel like you need to say no.
Do all that shit. Don't do what they think you should do. Do what you feel like you should do. Do what you feel,
I want to touch on
soft
that.
shit. Do what you feel in your heart.
I want to touch on that because there's so many artists, bro, that follow the blueprint and they're bitter. They're bitter. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to come to terms with yourself and say, I'm this, and be that. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
And be that 100% consistently and not be afraid to stand your ground when it comes to being wherever it is that you decide to be.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? And that's the point where I had to come to, like, my nigga, my voice, I want to talk to my people. We gonna get on this revolutionary shit. We gonna bring it back to Public Enemy times, but different. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, that's the energy we missing in hip hop right now, that rowdy, black power energy. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, you gotta come to terms and it's like, yo, is who the fuck would put money behind that? You get what I'm saying? And it's like, I sat there like, damn, that's kind of whack.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, my nigga, if I put my money behind myself, if I believe in the shit I believe in, if I believe in my talents, then we gotta do the shit the right way. And I think artists gotta come to that point and have that confidence in yourself and your art to present that and be that and say, suck my dick. That's legit.
Piggyback. Facts, I agree with you. That's exactly what the fuck you gotta do, bro. You gotta let your nuts hang. You feel me?
Yeah.
Facts.
So just do your thing. Like, that's really what it is. You gotta do your thing, stand out. That's what I try to do.
Yeah.
It's not what I try to do, that's just what I do. You feel me? If it's one person at a time, and that's how you got, and that's just how you gotta maneuver it, even if it's one person at a time, and like people will see and eventually feel that. You feel me?
Yeah.
I feel like as an artist, like for me, now more so like I get frustrated, but like I don't get as frustrated.
Yeah.
But like when I came in, I always knew I wanted to do music, and I already knew like the type of route that it would be, because I'm not about to chuck and jive and all that.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
You feel me? I already knew what I needed to do, so it's different. A lot of artists, they don't come in with that mindset.
Yeah, no, for real.
They don't. They think it's gonna be easy, but you really have to like put the work in. Like, say like I started rapping when I was 8, but I started recording at 16. You feel me? I'm 24 now. I just started getting comfortable behind the mic in 2016. You know what I'm saying? So, and now I feel like I'm making like the best music ever.
Yeah.
So like artists don't even think about like little shit like that, like putting in the work in, trying out. You know what I'm saying? Like really getting in tap with the music.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of the music don't even last. That's another part of the problem. That's why sometimes I can understand like even to go back like with the gatekeeper, why they moved that way. Cause like there's really people that really don't really give a fuck. They're just out here winging this shit, doing this shit. I'm talking to old people, this old dude at SO. He's like, you know, all the music is sound the same. You can tell that they don't practice.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
can tell that they're not writing their music. You can't rehearse, do your song with no track in the back because you probably didn't write your song.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They're not ready to put the work in.
Yeah.
And as an artist, you have to be ready to put the work in. That's like us taking accountability as a part of the
Yeah.
solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now keep it. You gotta talk about what you
Talk
got
about
going
what
on.
you got going
Oh,
on, man.
facts. Well, what I got going on 2019, I'm gonna drop some music, like a project, season 2,
Okay.
season 2, whatever. But right now I got MCV Records, that's my record label, and I got my bro was dropping an album project called The Get Back. I'll be featured on that. You know, I'm gonna be dropping some singles. I got a website that I just put up, so you can go there and check out my visuals.
So give them your website.
That's jking.com.
Yeah. Spell it out. Spell it out. Let's people
J,
see
the
it.
number 4, Y, K. You know what? Feel me? It's on the back of the hoodie. Branding, marketing, whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's what we was talking about, baby.
.com. You feel me? Just like that. .com. And yeah, I'm a musical head. Like I really just be working on music, so I got a lot of shit. Even before I drop my project next year, I'm probably dropping single and some visuals before the year. You know, just to keep my foot on the neck.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a performance in Houston next month in November and December. I'm gonna do one in LA. Hopefully I can try to get out there. I'm trying to bust a move, go to Europe.
I feel you.
Trying to do. So I'm trying to work, you feel me? I'm really trying to make shit happen.
Yeah.
You feel me? I really want it back, you feel me? So yeah, expect some new things and some music. I feel like
Yeah.
got some shit in the top.
Reen, you got anything coming up?
No. As far as music goes,
My man Reeman Titties, part 2.
as far as music goes, I kind of like just like I'd still write. I still got like drafts and shit. But as far as like going to the studio, like I'd probably drop like one record.
Yeah.
Me personally, for me to want to drop a project, I gotta like really have the time to like really say like, okay, I'm gonna like drop this last project and just be done with it. Cause I do got a lot of shy shit that I'm working on, but it's not nothing that I'm making a priority to say like I gotta go to the studio.
Yeah.
So,
This nigga really got bigger shit than music working on. Man. We about to start casting for one of our sitcoms
That's
soon.
yeah.
So is that what you talking about right now? Is that what you got coming?
Nah,
That
I'm
sounds
talking
like
about
what
reason.
you.
Oh, that's fire.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
Chill, you snitching.
I'm the casting director.
Oh, okay.
We gonna start casting soon.
That's like.
Drop them headshots in my DM. Pause.
Yo, wait, hold on.
Shout out to my man, Cups and Combos. So
Yeah.
it's already.
Nah, wait, hold on. So we gotta address Paul. Paul,
Right.
why you be so horny on the top?
Yo, son, you be dangerously
You gotta have
horny.
an intervention with
Yo,
Paul.
you be dangerously horny sometimes, bro. You gotta chill out a little bit, only a little bit.
You gotta tone down more.
Just a little bit.
Listen,
Oh,
man,
you
I'm
gay?
single. I'm a single man. I ain't even gonna get into it. I'm single though, so I just be out here trying to live my best
Okay.
life. You feel me?
I feel as long as you wrapping it up.
They be extra horny back, so I just be thinking
Okay.
that's the kind of party we playing.
Consent.
Horniest Halloween ever. That's what I'm with.
Alright.
So you
I'll go last. Go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, the Colton Show. We got some episodes coming out. Got some unreleased episodes. We got the next one is from the game night that we did. Pretty hilarious. The episode is a mess because everybody was mad drunk. It's hilarious though. Awkward Edward's coming back next year. We can't really do it this year because the next 2 months is about to be crazy at work. Next year though, niggas is back. That's music's on your head top. And yeah, I'm about to have a lot of content coming for y'all for the rest end of the year and for next year.
This for me, man. I got a lot of cocaine coming in. If you need some shit,
Facts.
holla at me. Nah, but boss up everything for is done, baby. Woo! Yeah, I'm coming back, baby. It's lit. Boss up everything for Dead Presidents is done. I got my man SK on there from South Africa.
That's
And
good.
a couple niggas from the Yard on there. My man Forever Soul. My man DJ Kiki Ward. You know what I mean? I got a little sight and sight.
That's some Pan-African
You know,
shit.
yeah, you know, I went a little bit everywhere on my shit.
That's
you know what I mean?
nice.
So yeah, you know, I'm gonna drop some visuals soon. We're gonna get that ball rolling soon, but I had to get the marketing done first. You know what I'm saying? So it might be top of the year, top of next year, or we might get it before 2018 is up.
So, big shout out to Cups and Convos. I have to do that because the Halloween party was a success. And on top of that, I got a radio station that needs to be attention to. Because we talk about the New York culture and somebody pushing it. I want to take the initiative to announce that I want to push that New York culture. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's willing to work together to put something out there, get in contact with me because I got a station of my own and we can take that initiative to take that step forward to push this New York culture.
Yo, and if y'all trying to hire me as an AR, I'm down.
Yeah, fuck out of game. Well, yeah.
Damn.
That's it. Though.
Yeah, that's it. You feel me?
All right.
This is great.
Hey, Chan.
Hey, Chan.
Hold on. Yo, motherfuckers been asking for the second tape to come back, so I'm low key working on that.
I'm starting it.
Sports.
Sports
yeah,
balls. We're gonna talk about sports balls and
takes,
stuff.
ignorant sports takes. They might be back. In
They need to come back in 2019. They might go, yo.
Yeah, soon come. The blood clot.
Hey, Chan.
Hey,